Hi, it's Susan from Worldpeacefull, and I'm going to read a poem for you that I've written called We Learn What We Teach. This is a poem for all the great teachers that share their knowledge and wisdom, opening up new windows of inquiry, inspiring students to look at the panoramic before casting the first stone. Education is the stimulus to critically think and not take words on face value. For there are many faces in the diamond, and all that glitters is not gold. For there is always a range of perspectives to reflect, and schools of thought are taught to role-play great thinkers. Yet it is our teachers that give us the wings to tinker at the edge, to consider the possibility that we can fly. All teachers learn what they teach, listen intuitively to what they preach. For words are the ancient echo of memories etched in volumes of literature, hidden amidst the jewel of histories on the dusty shelf. For each life makes a difference as a daisy chain of natural links, ingrained by both the author and the subject, reframed as the body of knowledge, stored as a database of possibilities, envisaging perceptions and facts that generate new questions rather than answers, is the expanding horizon for which all reach. And this is the sign of great teachers. For to empower the student within, rather than repeat words infinitum, elevates true knowledge as awareness and wisdom. The pearl of wisdom emerges from the shell of an enriched life. For the skill is reading between the lines of true masters, revealing glimpses of new lines of inquiry, associating networks of similarities and contrasts to weave new theories. As one seeks the thread that gives rise to see patterns as clues, a process not unlike a detective sifting. It is speculative or actual evidence. For this is the making of a master author. Always remember you are drawn to those of like mind, which is why the subject matters, as it defines you. As you draw upon a lifetime's work, your tenure is never retired or redundant, but a treasure worth keeping. For your words are worth repeating, as your work was never a simple scribe, but is held equally in honoured letters, finding a true place in history. For to describe the life of great souls and learned thinkers are shoes that not anyone can fill. For one has to be able to grasp great concepts on balance, to feel the mood of the times without bias, to do justice to the historic record with integrity. For teaching the past is a great responsibility, giving direction to a renewed future. Please know your words have great impact as arrows to the heart of my truth, pointers on the road to historic recovery, revealing many non-violent directions. Yet your direction gives new ground, artistically drawing out views, challenging underground perspectives, imparting stories as metaphors, questioning universal laws, is the magic of the wise teacher, who is always a student. Yet mastering degrees of freedom is the real artwork. For to communicate ideas is indeed an art form that reforms ignorance. It is piecemeal. It is pattern making. It is peacemaking, as democracy shares the space for the common good. to find common ground as gateways to the profound. So, my friend, I thank you for your part, which left an indelible mark on my future. For I believe the impossible is possible, and that truth and love are true arrows. For the marksman cannot miss the target when focused and the aim is straight. So that was We Learn What We Teach. The question these days is, what sort of teachers are we learning from? Are they sitcoms on television? Are they sports heroes? Are they political commentators? Are they comedians? Do we learn from the movies? Or do we follow the thread to real knowledge? Do we trust our inner feeling and follow that to a really critical source? For in the times we're moving through, we have to find and return to wisdom. We have to discern good teachers from bad, spin doctors from authentic conveyors of truth, in order to be guided for our highest good. You will always know the highest good, as it will always promote unity. Whenever you hear words of division from those in authority or in positions of power or in positions of role modelling in some way, if they communicate words that you think cause you discord or put a negative reflection on the world as a means of creating division, then be aware. There will be others, of course, that will be pointing out to the facts, and they may not be facts that you want to hear, but they may well be truths that you need to hear. Give that time and attention. If the purveyor of that message is one in integrity, they're the ones you look for. They come in many guises. They're children, they're adults, they're famous, they're not. Could be the person down at the post office. Could be someone you meet on the street. There are wise people everywhere, but they never look like the archetypal type of the old man with the grey hair and beard. There are many, many amazing human beings when you open your heart and mind. You know, I notice people don't look at each other's eyes. They don't connect that much these days, particularly in the Western countries. I'm finding that. This is a great shame for them. When you open your heart, that's when you actually start to see the most extraordinary world that we live in. People are out to do you good, in truth, because they are good. There are people, of course, that you've got to be mindful of, who are believing that they can make money out of corruption, that aren't honest, that are rushing so fast they can't even see the people in front of them. Just send them compassion. We are moving into a new reformation, we could call it, an enlightenment of sorts, where really love is the message of this time. It's unconditional love that we've all got to find in our hearts for everybody, no matter what they do. In a sense, if they knew what they were doing, they wouldn't do it, is what I feel. So inherent within that, I see an innocence in all people. And I know that we have to learn what we have to learn. Once that lesson's over, then the next one comes. We're all at different levels of awareness. And as my mother says, we're all on a journey of self-discovery. And she was quite right in that. So I'll dedicate this to my mother as one of my teachers in this life. Much love. Bye.